was coming, and here it is. I am tired of being nice. I am tired of avoiding hard subjects. I am tired of not calling people on the carpet. When we watch the obesity rate rise at an astronomical rate, when 25% of children under the age of 10 are pre-diabetic, when we see Alzheimer's being a new epidemic all over the world, and we wonder what we're doing wrong. Why is this happening to us? What is the world coming to? It's time to look at what the world is really coming to. And a new article was released, I guess, last week, and I saw it, and I'm going to put a link to it below. Good Ranchers, which is a farming community down in Texas, released an article about this new food pyramid that came out, and it was from a company called Tuft, I think, and they are apparently government funded, and it's a lot of big food items that are specifically listed in there, but they have in their little diagram, which I will link right here so you can see it while I'm talking for a few seconds. In this diagram, they actually state that Lucky Charms and Frosted Mini Wheats are healthier than a steak. You heard me right. Sugary, highly processed cereals are being recommended above a steak. Now, steaks are the most nutrient-dense food. There is so much nutrition in a red meat product. I love a good steak. I'm having one for dinner tonight. There is so much nutrition in a red meat product that is vitamin, supplement, mineral dense. Like, you can eat a steak and stay satiated for hours. When is the last time you had a bowl of cereal and you were hungry an hour later? Or you had a bowl of cereal and said, "Ooh, I want more of that." These big food companies are supporting these research studies. They are supporting these documents that are being produced and put out for people and saying, this is what these people should be eating instead of red meat. And now we're seeing farming communities in other countries that are being bought out by the government, and the cows being taken off the pastures. I don't know what's happening to them. I haven't done that research yet, but the farming communities are being shut down because this movement is so powerful right now. Thank God here in the US, we have big red meat advocates that are buying up millions of acres of land so that we can get them re-nourished and get cows eating on them and continue our red meat consumption here. But at the same time, we're seeing these new data food pyramids coming out that are telling us that we need to eat grains over meat. Now, if you know me and you've been listening to me for any length of time, you know that I'm primarily carnivore. I'm not a big veggie eater. And the biggest reason why is because it doesn't agree with my digestion. That is my personal experience. And every time I try something new, and it's been over a year now, every time I try a vegetable, I pay for it. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not eating vegetables. A lot of people aren't, and that's okay too. As long as we understand that plants are toxic. Plants have toxins built into them so that bugs won't eat them. So it's really important to understand that when we're only eating plants, we are actually depleting our body of nutrients that we need, because those plants get in there and those toxins release and they're stripping your body of those nutrients. Meat is essential for our life. We have the most acidic stomach in the world. Animals and humans alike, we have the most acidic stomach in the world because we are designed to eat and process meat. So I used to love that whole alkaline system thing. I used to be on that bandwagon so bad. Eat all the cucumber, drink the lemon water, make sure you are realkalining your system because you don't want an acidic stomach. Well, guess what? I was wrong. And thank goodness I did not have a podcast at that point in time, because I would be totally having to retract all of my words right now. We are designed to eat meat. And I, for the life of me, cannot understand why these companies are going out of their way to stop us from doing said eating meat to keep our bodies healthy, other than they want us dependent on government health care. They want us buying pharmaceuticals to stay healthy. I look at commercials today that come on television and it just makes me so angry. And it's been this way for me for a long time, but knowing what I know today, it makes it that much worse. These commercials that are promoting Jardiance and metformin, the drugs that my mom had to take because of her diabetes, are so detrimental. When I was going through IVF with my husband, they put me on metformin. Metformin is very dangerous and it's so expensive. Why? All I needed to do was eat a good solid keto diet. I didn't need metformin. I just needed to eat a ketogenic diet, and I had the best IVF cycle I could possibly have. In fact, I'm sorry, I'm sad to say, it's been years now and I've recovered from it emotionally, but my cycle was so good after having a ketogenic prep diet and eating ketogenic while I was in that IVF cycle that I actually ovulated while taking anti-ovulation drugs. Less than 1% of people who do IVF have that problem. I was in my 40s. I was having a better cycle than any of the 20 and 30 somethings that were in there. But let's talk about that for a second. I was eating ketogenic and I was extremely fertile in my 40s with follicles that were growing to 20 millimeters. That is so big. I still produced 10 eggs the first time we had a round. In my 40s, that doesn't happen, people, because I was on a ketogenic diet. These high oil grain diets that our government has been pushing on us for so many years is what's causing infertility in our society today. Men are so much less fertile and have so much less testosterone today than they did 50 years ago. That's why we are seeing so fewer babies born, why we are seeing so many people going through IVF. Now, I went through IVF because I don't have a uterus, but other people are going through IVF because they're completely infertile. There is a lot of bad information out there, and it's been out there since the 70s. Ever since we saw that first government-issued food pyramid come out, we have gotten sicker, we have gotten less fertile, and we have gotten a lot more dependent on medical health care. When is the last time you went to the doctor with something that was wrong with you and they didn't try to put you on a medication? When is the last time you went to the doctor with something that was wrong with you and they said, let's look at your diet? And if you're going to a functional doctor, that doesn't count. If you're going to an in-network medical or internal medicine doctor, that's who I'm talking about. I cannot remember the last time I saw an internal medicine doctor who didn't want to put me on some kind of prescription. And from the people that I know who have gone through medical school, they get 10 hours of nutrition study. That's it. Everything else that they learn is how to put people on prescriptions. Big pharma and big food are killing us. They are killing us. It is time to stand up. It is time to stop supporting them. And it is time to start eating God's food again. God's food. That is fruits. That is non-GMO plants. That is animals. We are here to eat these things. Let's eat them. Eat them. Be merry. Be happy. Stop letting the government tell you what you should be putting in your body. And for goodness sake, don't listen to the WHO, because 90% of their people, if not all of them, are vegan. Stop letting these people tell you how to live your lives. Eat your meat. Get off the processed foods. And if you're more curious about the processed foods, stay tuned next week. We're going to have a big old conversation about that. But today's my first rant of the year, and I just wanted to let you know how angry I am about that silly food pyramid that's coming out. Obviously, I'm not truly angry. I don't really get that angry, but I do think it's very tragic, and I do want to help spread the message that we need to eat meat. And I hear a lot of people tell me, my body doesn't like meat. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's that your body doesn't like the combination of foods that you're putting in it. Less than 1% of the world's population really have a problem with meat, especially red meat. It's what we're designed to eat. So if you are eating a ton of carbs and processed grains and foods like that, this is why your body has a hard time when you eat meat. We are designed to eat meat. And I'll have a lot more information on that coming to you. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a great week.